Hello and welcome back to the DML podcast. Got Sean here and Kim as usual. This is exciting. The season is back. This is going to be our first pod with the season. So we're talking about a lot of games that matter and hopefully a little bit more meat in the discussions other than speculation. So we're going to jump in and talk about how that's gone so far. Just the overall play of, the lines, who we think's looked maybe the best on the team so far, the best player and skater. We have to make that distinction. And who has the most to improve on, or i.e. who's been the worst so far. I'm going to talk about Cronin's comments from the most recent game that we found interesting. And we'll get into your Discord question. Ooh. So Kim, let's get into it.
Yahoo!
So yeah, we're 5 games in. Ducks are pretty much right back where they started. The NHL 500 record, 2-2-1. I mean, we've been to a few games now. For me, it's kind of like 2 games, right? It's kind of been a tale of 2 teams so far. I feel like they've looked good in some, and then completely dreadful in others. How do you feel about the Ducks so far?
Not great, not gonna lie. Which is kind of sad to say. 5 games in, they started out like you expect, very sloppy in the first game, and then played really well against Vegas, and then played okay against Utah. It was a fun game. And then not so well the next 2 against the Avs and the Kings.
Yeah, you would have rather have started with the worst games and kind of built up from there, but kind of hit a high and been on the decline. Last 2 games have definitely been the Ducks' worst games so far. I think one of the most glaring issues to me has been the power play, or lack thereof. I did a little look into it. Last time the Ducks scored a power play goal was the last game of the season last year. Frank Petrano got one. So it has officially been 186 days since the Ducks last scored a power play goal. Sure, there's the offseason in there, but it's still pretty bad. 0 for 17. There's only one other team that hasn't scored a power play goal, and that's Buffalo. They're 0 for 21. So, Kim, it could be worse, but things are still pretty bad. Would you agree that's kind of there's a lot of issues, but that's the most glaring one for me.
Definitely, because anytime we get the power play, all the momentum dies. Hi, Brucey. And then we just look lost the rest of the game, basically, I feel like. And I think going back to last year, when you were talking about the 168 days, it's 0-22.
186.
Oh, sorry, even worse. It's 0-22 if you date back to last year. The Ducks haven't scored a power play goal.
Right. Yeah. So, power plays are supposed to be like kind of a momentum builder for you. And I don't know, short season, but there's already been a couple of examples where failed power play by the Ducks, and then the other team builds momentum from it and scores. And it's not like they've been snake bit. There's been, I think I saw someone post on Twitter that they have less power play shots than power plays, which pretty crazy, which means that there's been like some power plays, or more than one power play probably, where they haven't got a single shot off, if that's true. So just not a lot of standing around, kind of moving the puck around the perimeter, moving around the boards, then they get pressured and can't get the puck off the board. So it's just around and then reverse and then around and then reverse and then lose a puck battle, and it's defense gets it clear.
Get some positive news. No shorties yet on us.
It's been close. I've seen, I think without Dostál there, I think maybe there would have been one.
Definitely against the Kings, there was quite a few breakaways on the power play.
But yeah, then I guess we'll keep talking special teams. The penalty kill actually doing a little bit better than maybe I would have thought from the eye test. We're about 14th in the league, about middle of the pack, 81% penalty kill percentage. But yeah, like I was saying, it doesn't feel that way. I feel like they play a very passive diamond. It's the new strategy this year, but that just means that I feel like the other team's power play is basically in our defensive zone the whole entire PK. And it's really the Lukas Dostál show that is maybe why that PK is so good.
Yep, he's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Every other power play has movement, and as a penalty kill, when you're not aggressive, they can get around you easily. That's what it is.
One of the things I've seen with their pressure is, maybe you don't want to go rush into them too quickly because then they might just go around you and it puts your team in a bad spot. But they slow up so early before they get to the attacking player that the attacking player knows that they're not going to really put them under any pressure. So they're able to stay calm, cool, and collected and move the puck. And they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the shot, waiting for the pass. Not really, just lack of pressure all around on the defense.
I thought it was very interesting to compare the Kings power play to the Ducks. Sorry, I'm going back to power play, but that because it was a good thing because Neil Brown was running the Kings power play. It was amazing how much better it looked than the Ducks. Just the year difference, but it's the same system. It's just the difference is the Kings move just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. They just move side to side the whole time. They never stop moving.
Man, Kim, are you saying we're making a higher Brown sign? Is that what you're saying? You want them back?
Nope, I don't want that back because even the Kings didn't score on the power play either in their game. So
yeah, and they their power play, they have some power play goals. I looked at that. I think they have 4 power play goals, but they're still, I think, in the lower half of the league in terms of power play percentage. So they're not doing so hot either. And maybe Neil Brown. For being honest, the Kings got a little bit better star power in their lineup, so maybe that's helping Neil Brown out there. But special teams. Not
everything.
not a good look. Yeah, there was another stat that reminded me of. Again, these are just kind of things I'm remembering. People have tweeted. I haven't looked into them. Let me know if I'm wrong. But somebody said that we have the same amount of goals scored this season as we did last season. And maybe the power play started off really bad last year, and I don't remember. But I don't remember having an 0 streak for this long. But
did not.
If that's true, then we're doing better at 5-on-5. I mean, the past 2 games have kind of thrown a wrench in me saying that, but yeah. So 5-on-5, the team has looked a lot better. I think that's an improvement that we've seen from this past season to this season. And let's just hope that the old Timu saying, just got to get the ketchup bottle going on the power play. I think we could say that not just for the power play, but we'll probably get into it. But a lot of players in the Ducks that we're hoping they just get going and that gets them to keep going.
Yeah, definitely. They tried new lines the last couple games, and they keep switching the lines on the power play, but nothing's working. So it's literally just the system. They've switched all these players around, and nothing's changed. So it's the system that's the problem. The entries, you can't get in the zone. You look at other teams, and they can get into our zone so easily on the power play. Why can't we do that?
I get the idea of the defenseman brings it up and then slingshots it back to an attacking player to get speed. But if you do that every time, the other teams are going to be expecting it. And you notice that the PK on the other team, they don't even pressure the first Ducks power play attacker up the ice. They go behind him because they know it's going to pass. They're going to pass it to him. I think was it the Colorado game that someone intercepted the back pass and then that led to a penalty on the Ducks? You're doing the same thing over and over again.
You know what they say about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? Insanity.
Maybe one time the defenseman or whoever's bringing it up actually just keeps going, and then all of a sudden you got someone behind you already, and you got another guy already.
The few times the players have done it, it's worked. Terry's taken it himself. Leo's gotten tired of it, taking it himself. And guess what? The puck gets in, we get set up, and we still pass around the boards, but we get in. We have a chance. We have zone time. Yeah,
because you got an extra maybe 2 guys at that point. So even if you dump it in, the likelihood of you getting it. So I just want to see them mix it up, and not. I feel like it's not just the power play, but it's so predicted. They're being so predictable out there. It's I don't know if it's the coaching staff just drilling into them to play a certain way, and they're thinking oh, this is the only way I can play now. I don't know what's going on. We're not in there, but yeah, they look like robots, and it's gotten worse. And
they got a style and flow out there. It's super frustrating to watch. They got a style and flow.
Yeah, they got a maybe it's a style, but no flow. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean maybe that leads into the other thing we want to talk about with the coaching, especially given Coach Cronin's most recent press conference. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. The thing that stood out to me wasn't really the things that he said, but it was the way that he said it. I mean, he seemed defeated. He seemed at a loss of words. He said the guys weren't skating, but he's got to figure out a way to motivate these guys. So I think just the way he came off in that interview was the thing that stood out to me the most. Kim, did you catch that one?
Yes, and then also Derek Lee interviewed him today, and he said he was very emotional of you right after the game. So this morning he looked back at the game and didn't feel as bad about it. He thought the Ducks played pretty good 2 first periods, But then after that first goal, everything just went downhill. So, yeah, he was very emotional after the Kings game. You could definitely tell.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm reading that emotional comment as being more truthful, perhaps. And then
Maybe.
he realized what he said, and maybe that was like Ducks PR or another coach telling them to like, hey, you got to backtrack on this because you're not sending out the right message to the fans because like he seemed, he was just at a loss. I mean, I felt the same way after the game. Like I just could not believe how bad they looked.
Mm-hmm.
There was no effort. Did not seem like any sort of freeway face-off. Freeway face-offs are known for being chippy fights. I think we got the first scrum after the whistle in the third period, if you can even call it that. It was like
minute 24
not
left.
much at all. Yeah, so
when the Ducks finally decided to play.
Yep, finally got one goal, and then I remember like, okay, like trying to hype myself up at the game after that goal went in. Okay, only down by one. And then, I don't know, I was at the game. I don't know if I missed it, but I think they pulled the goalie before the faceoff, and the Ducks are dead last in faceoff percentage there's the league, and then there's the Ducks on faceoff percentage. So I would have liked to have seen maybe get possession and then do that, because more likely than not, you're going to lose the faceoff. And that's exactly what happened. Kings won the faceoff, empty netter, game over.
I think last time we looked at the stats, it was 45% for the league, the lowest in the league, and then we're up 41%.
Be interesting to look at player by player.
Yeah, let's actually go through some of the face-off leaders on the team. I'm kind of curious. Jansen Harkins leads the way at 57.1%. I thought he looked pretty good in his games, so maybe he should be in over the one and only Ross Johnston. He's only taken 7 draws, though, so he's 4 for 3. Then you got Ryan Strome at 48%, Mason McTavish 45.1%, and then you got Isaac Lundestrom, probably lower in the list than I thought, it's at 42.2%. And then you go Robbie Fabry, he's the 1-5, lost 8, 38.5%. Leo Carlson, he's having a really rough go, he needs to figure it out. He's 114, lost 32, so 30.4%. Brent Leeson, who has been playing center on and off sometimes, 1-3, lost 8, and 27.3%. Cutter, who played center in college, is 1-2, lost 7, is 22.2%. And the other two people to take a face-off were Terry and Johnston, and they have not won one. Terry's lost 2, Johnston's lost 1. So that's it. Only 10 players have taken a face-off for the Ducks so far. Kind of interesting that Z hasn't taken one.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team is struggling to win face-offs. So yeah, kind of going back to Cronin, I've seen like a lot of, on Reddit, some other comments that we've seen on, some of the recap videos that feels like Cronin has just kind of lost the room. Like vets maybe aren't listening to him, and then the vets are the leaders of the locker room. So then rookies or younger players see that, and so they kind of follow suit. So hope that hasn't happened. Hope they can be like a rubber band and kind of snap back after this, and this is going to be the low point of the season. I hope, because I don't want the home opener to be the highlight of the season like last season.
Yeah, I guess more on Cronin, I mentioned in the videos in past year, that he lacks in-game adjustments. And we've seen it so far this season. He doesn't change the lines. The lines were set at a training camp and nothing has changed. But, today we did see some line changes. We got Cutter with Carlson and Fabry. So if Fabry moves on up, Z with Lundy, who's back apparently. It's very soon. He should be going on the road trip and maybe play against the Sharks. And Killorn's also with them. I don't know if I like that much. And then you got McGinn.
It's an interesting line.
McGinn, McTavish, and Leeson. And then the fourth line right now, because there's no Frank, he apparently is at the hospital. His wife and him are having the baby. And then you got Terry in the center. And then Johnston's the extra 2. So that should be Strome. So it should still be Terry and Strome and Toronto together. But at practice lines, it was weird. Yeah,
definitely some odd line changes. And I don't know, maybe we'll see some slight difference, for a morning skate before the game tomorrow. But like when I see these lines, one thing that jumps out to me is McTavish being on the third line over Terry on the fourth line, Terry, great start to the year. McTavish, dreadful start to the year.
Yeah, I think it's just more the fact that Strome and Toronto aren't there. They want to build chemistry on the other lines. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't think it's really a fourth line. I think McTavish will be the third line next game, and Z will be second. But our Z might be fourth. Oh, I don't know, actually. Wait, hold up. Man, yeah, it's got to be interesting because maybe McTavish will be on the fourth, actually. You're right.
I was seeing him like on a higher line than Terry, but so I think McTavish should be on the fourth
I
line.
think he will be, based on McGinn and Leeson
Yeah.
being with them, because they've been the fourth line the whole
hmm
year. Wow, that'd be crazy. So Terry, Strome, and Frankie stay on the third line, and Z, Lundy, and Killer as a second. All right, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if it holds. But another thing that kind of stands out to me with these lines is really trying to spread out the talent through four lines. I mean, that is a comment that we made at the beginning of the season that we saw, but this seems to be doing that even more. They've kind of really mixed up what the third and fourth lines used to be and kind of spread it out amongst the rest of the line. Maybe that will help. I mean, Terry's had some success being on that third line, maybe not going against the other team's top two lines. He seems to have found his goal scoring touch, maybe having a little bit more space out there, so maybe it can work for the rest of the team. I think on defense there hasn't really been too many changes.
Minty's back from his food poisoning.
Minty's back.
So Dumo and Minty are back, and then Zelly and Lacombe are playing with Gudis, so it'll be interesting to see who plays tomorrow. I'm guessing Zelly will be the odd man out again. Lacombe probably gets another chance, even though he gave away 2 goals last game.
Yeah, Lacombe first game back, definitely had a rough one. But yeah, I agree. First game back, so kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt. There was all that talk about him coming in looking much improved, so I hope we get a glimpse of that against the Sharks.
It's a shame, though, because Zelly, I thought, played a lot better than Leno the last 2 games. But based on the line rushes, Leno seems like he's a lock still to be in, with Fowler, of course. I mean, how can you not mix up that pair yet? I don't know how they're still together.
Yeah, that's the one that we didn't mention yet, but the one that's kind of caused the most ire among Ducks fans is that Fowler-Leno line, which is getting a lot of ice time and doesn't look to be working. I am wondering, he's shown glimpses where it looks like he can be an NHL starter, but then he's also shown glimpses where it looks like he could use some seasoning down in the AHL, particularly when he gets under pressure in the defensive zone. You look at Dumoulin, who really knows how to kind of absorb that pressure from the forecheck and still make smart decisions with it, but you can see Leno panic and either throw the puck off the boards or hold on to it too long, try to make a play, and then he was just getting out muscled in that game against the Kings and just turning the puck over.
He was one of the only people to get knocked down from a hit. There wasn't a lot of hits going on, or strong hits, I should say. Yeah, he was the one that got knocked down. He likes to spin around, take as much time as he thinks he can, which he hasn't learned that he doesn't have as much time anymore.
Yep.
With him and Fowler, they're not talking, which I've noticed been the trend with Fowler's partners, is that they don't seem to talk. So I don't know if that's on Fowler. I mean, I kind of blame the veteran more on that one, but assistant or alternate, whatever, captain too. Not a good pairing.
Just looking. Not even just their hockey skills, but just look at their personalities, and they both come across to me as kind of more soft-spoken guys. So I feel like that's another reason why you need someone who's a little bit louder in there. And even looking back, like you said, Fowler's past partners like Lacombe and Fowler, that was the pairing last season. And Lacombe's kind of another probably more soft-spoken guy. So I think you're right. I think there is maybe just not the best communication out there, and you really need someone that's a little bit going to take charge a little bit more.
It's interesting, though, because Zelly's not really the talkative guy, but I guess of the Leno, Lacombe, and Zelly, I guess Zelly is the loudest of the 3. So.
Yeah, but also Zelly's going to be playing with Gudis, and Gudis definitely a talkative guy.
Well, I know, but if we got back to Fowler, Zelly, because that had some promise last year.
Right.
So, but of the 3, Zelly probably is the most talkative, which does help them play together, and why they look the best, maybe. I'd say.
And probably I think also the best skater. So I think that also will help playing with Fowler. Well, we've been talking about a lot of players here and there, throwing out some people that are playing good, maybe some that aren't playing good. But kind of 5 games in, Kim, who has been the best player so far in your eyes? And I think this is going to be a short answer, so I'll add on to it. Who has been the best skater on the team?
Lukáš Dostál.
Well, you kind of had a mic gate on that.
Oh man, it was so good, folks.
I could tell. I knew it was coming, but we missed the first name.
Lukáš Dostál. Got
there
that
we
one.
go. With the Czech people
earlier.
will appreciate the pronunciation as well.
There we go.
Completely agree. Best player by far. But now maybe the trickier question: who's the best skater?
Timmy. That's my pick. I just wanted to say Timmy too. There's some close second options. I'd be okay to debate that one. I might even throw like Dumo in the debate, Minty in the debate. They're probably up there.
Those are, as I'm looking at the lineups,
Carlson's
yeah,
up there. He has been kind of, he's gotten sheltered minutes, and he also has been kind of drugged down by Cutter and Killer, but he's looked really good too. Just hard to judge him based on his line mates, you know.
It's hard for me not to say Timmy too, since he was my season prediction top goal scorer
I'm looking screwed.
of the bet. We're still looking for a good punishment. I think the winning one so far is wear King's gear to a Ducks event. So if you like that one, let us know. If you have a better idea of what you want to see Kim do, let us know in the comments.
I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, Kim. I mean, we're 5 games in. It's a long season, so I haven't even really looked into who's actually winning. But of the few picks that I do remember, I do think I have a slight edge right now.
I think so too.
But yeah, early in the season. But yeah, so yeah, you pretty much said who I was thinking. Terry, Dumo, Minty were up there. I'd probably with Terry. Probably throw another one out there for you. Ryan Strome.
Man, Timmy has unleashed the Stromer, the Gaston. He is a man on a mission. He's going crazy with the handles, the goals.
I mean, we both. It's true. I mean, we both picked him for being the non-MVP. But I will say, I think in a podcast back in the day, I did say that I think Ryan Strome is a better player than this. He's been a bit better player than this on other teams, and you want to see it on the Ducks. And maybe it's going to happen this year because he's looked like the Ducks' best forward, or at least one of the best forwards some nights. Love to see it. It's a nice story.
When he was in New York, he played on Panarin's line, and that's when Strome played his best. So Troy Terry is Panarin for Ryan Strome.
Well, let's hope for Terry's sake that he keeps a little bit more hair, even though Anna is trending that way.
Bald Timmy coming.
But yeah, the forwards, I think he nailed it. Timmy, maybe throw in a Strome just for most improved for sure. And then on the defense, Dumoulin and Minty, that pair has looked solid. Yeah, so Kim, we talked about the best. Now let's talk about maybe the people that have the most to improve from the start of the season.
Nice way to say it there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be saying that they're going to suck or they're the worst. They just, get a little bit of a slow start. Who needs to pick it up the most? And this question may be harder than the best player because I think you have options.
I got options, that is for sure. Going down the list, I'm almost feeling the captain, the butcher, Gudas. I
wasn't expecting that one. But
I wasn't expecting, but I was I've been very disappointed with him so far. He's not bringing that physical edge yet. Maybe the sea is making him think about his decisions more, But he doesn't look bad. Yeah. I mean, he looked bad against the Kings. But overall, he's okay. But just expectation-wise, I would have thought better.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a little bit of recency bias in there.
Maybe.
It's against the Kings.
I know who else you're going to say.
He did not have a good game. I guess you threw one in there. Let's see if you are in my head. I'm going with Mason McTavish has looked.
Oh, okay. That's another one
has looked terrible to me. And maybe this is also recency bias. The Kings game, the whole team looked lazy, but Mason, I remember, he took at least one penalty. I remember one time there was a guy that basically skated right by him. And he just put on the weakest stick check ever, let him skate right by him. And then not really seeing too much of the offensive physical game from him that made him such a fun player during portions of last year. So that was the one that I just had in my head.
He's not playing feisty.
That's where I feel like his game thrives, kind of being that pest. But Kim, sounds like you had someone else in mind.
A $6.25 million assistant captain, Killer Killorn. Ouch.
Yep.
As he looks slow, he needs another knee surgery, as I've said in other videos. Last season when he got his knee surgery, he came back and looked amazing. And now he doesn't.
I think that's a fair one. We kind of mentioned Fowler and Leno in there on the defense side.
We can mention disappointment with Cutter, maybe? He looks like a rookie, so I can't really blame him, 5 games in, 6 games in for him. So, but Cutter may be a little disappointment for me, especially with my pick to score the most goals on the Ducks.
Right, it's early. Maybe he has to get going.
He's looked better the last 2 games, so that's improvement there.
Yeah, it seems like kind of benching, whatever you want to call it, in the home opener kind of maybe sent the right message to him because he looks better. He's still shooting. Maybe nothing like we saw in that preseason game shooting wise, but he's still shooting. I am interested to see kind of with these lines being jumbled a little bit more. Maybe he's able to find space, but I think this is in our lineup prediction was something I had said. Maybe one of the reasons I didn't really want him on the top line. I thought it might be a little bit better. Kind of the same thing I've been saying with Terry. Kind of put him up, maybe not against the team's best players. Give him a little bit of space to kind of do work and build the confidence before throwing him up there, because it doesn't look like he's hit his stride yet, and he's not a bust. Like I saw some clickbait articles saying 5 games in.
Flyers fans having a field day. Hey, technically, he still has a better plus-minus than Jamie Drysdale, just saying.
Yeah. that is true.
Jamie has a goal.
He hasn't had to pick himself off the ice as many times as Jamie.
That's very, very true.
I've seen him taking some pretty big hits, and that's just like, I love Jimmy, but it makes me nervous whenever I see him on the receiving end of something. His injury history all too well. Okay, I think that's enough. I think the Ducks can't really take too much more of our criticism.
Get better.
Get better. Everyone needs to get better.
We also don't know
the Dostál.
We also don't know if they're sick, first off, too.
Good
there
point.
has been a sickness going around. Lacombe started the season sick, came back for the home opener, and I don't know why, because it seems like now everyone else is getting sick, because Ryan Strome was gone from practice for being sick.
He flew with the team. He traveled with the team.
Yeah, he traveled with the teams, so... Interesting choice there.
Doesn't make any sense.
So he better have been healthy. Otherwise, something's not lining up with the illnesses.
Me and Kim were even with him being out, we're talking is there a trade going on? This just seemed weird.
Yeah.
Having him say it's an illness, but he's traveling with the team. It just didn't really. We'll probably never know. The Ducks don't really let us know that stuff. But it's been kind of talked in the Discord that hopefully that's why there's a lack of skating hard in these games, that people can't breathe. Yeah, it was COVID. People got long COVID. We're looking for ways to cope because the on-ice product hasn't been great these past 2 games.
Oh yeah, we mentioned Lundy being back from his head injury, which is actually really fast. I thought it'd be longer than that. It wasn't even a week for his hit to the head. So that's interesting, I guess, there. But John Gibson skated today. And Cronin said he'd probably go on the road trip, this upcoming road trip. So Gibby almost back. Be nice to get Dostál some help.
Reimer's probably on waivers. Played 1 game for the Ducks. Probably. He's gonna get. He's a good enough goalie that I think he's gonna get claimed.
The Avs will take him, I'm sure.
Yeah. So thanks for the 1 game. Did great in that game. Gave us what we needed while Gibby was out, and then hopefully no reason to rush Gibby back. So I hope he's 100%. Yep. But we'll be glad to have Gibby back in that. So it's been a rough go the past 2 games, but we are going to be looking ahead to the game against the Sharks tomorrow night. We're recording this Monday night, and this is 1 of 2 wins for the Ducks. Beat San Jose at the Tank.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dostál. Sharks are winless, so they're going to be looking for their first win. But it's been a rough go, and unfortunately for Ducks fans, we got some news. That Celebrini, again, is not going to be in the lineup versus the Ducks. I don't know. I'm losing track of how many times this guy has dodged us, but we're not going to be able to get a look at the number 1 pick from last year's draft. There's a few other players. Andre Vlasic is in there, and I don't know if I want to attempt these names. Bordeleau, Makhamadoulin. Not really familiar with them as much, but so Sharks are a little banged up going into this one too. So not going to be icing their top group. So hopefully this is going to be a good thing for the Ducks, and the Ducks are going to come out angry and W. Anything you're looking forward to in this game?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a complete game. I seriously wonder if Reimer will play though, because I feel like Dostál just needs a rest.
I think
story.
Yeah, me and Kim have a lot more emotionally fueled conversations right after games, especially after that Kings game. And I just say I don't want to see Dostál getting pushed into more games. I would love for the reason why I lost the game for it to be goaltending, because it's everything else right now, and Lukas is still young, so no reason, if this is the effort that we're going to see from the Ducks, I don't want him to be getting worn down career. So I agree. I feel like why rush with Dostál? Go ahead, put in Reimer. He's only going to be here for maybe 1 or 2 more games. Use them up.
Yep, and then after that, the Ducks have 4 days off till their next game. So let Dostál get the full-on rest. He deserves it.
Yeah, so I think that's it for we're looking at for the Sharks game. Now we're going to get into some Discord questions, and oh my, the Discord has been active, folks. A lot of new members have joined.
Yeah, wow.
And Kim put out the call for questions, and boy, did they deliver. So we're going to go through them all. But if you also want to have a question that didn't get asked, you want to ask a question, jump into the Discord. We got the link down below. The game chats have been entertaining, even during these past 2 games.
Oh, man.
The vibes maybe haven't been great as other games. The Ducks have been making that hard. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the questions.
Should Ducks fans be worried about Cutter? Kind of said that. He's a rookie. He'll get there. He's improved. A little disappointment, but he'll be fine.
I think it's too early to be worried about Cutter. I liked what I saw from him in preseason. I liked how he responded from, kind of sitting out. I just love having someone that's not afraid to shoot on the team, and I hope, get the opportunity to do that more.
Get the monkey off his back and score a goal. His first goal.
Which line has been the best?
See, the first 2 games, I would have said the fourth line. But since then, it's been the Timmy line. Once Lundy went out, the fourth line's kind of fallen apart a little bit, basically. And Ross Johnson in the lineup's not helping with that.
The Timmy line, I think you would say, is the best now, especially since that fourth line is kind of no more. With these new lineups, they've been kind of spaced out. So the Timmy line's the one that kind of remains. And that's looked like the best line. I mean, this new version of Ryan Strome, we hope sticks around. Timmy off to probably I'd have to look at the stats, but probably one of his better starts in his career. Yeah, Vetrano's the other one on that line. And maybe he hasn't really got the goal scoring going. He's been out with the baby, but still, Vetrano Strome together just seems like a match made in heaven. We've seen it so often. Oh, here we go. This is a fun one. What do you think of the new light features at Honda?
Pretty cool. I especially like during the intermissions where they put the shot total on the ice too, not just the show part. They're actually using it during the game. At last game, they had this go-kart map on the ice.
Oh, the track.
The track. Yeah, they were running around. So that was kind of fun. They're using it to other things other than the show. I don't like the lights at the very start. The strobe lights that go side to side, side to side. I have to close my eyes. It hurts my eyes, personally.
Yeah, my seat is literally lined up with one of them. So
me too.
It does flash.
So we're next to each other.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's true. right in the face. So I either have to lower my head so I got my hat kind of blocking it, or I see spots. But the opening intro, absolutely sick. It gets you pumped up. Maybe not the strobe lights, but the lasers they have shooting up are sick. But yeah, like you said, the shot chart that they show you where every single shot was taken on the ice. I wish there would be a little bit more goals that they could show, but it still is really cool. And I think as the season goes on, and even future seasons, they're going to learn how to incorporate this even more. It's not lights, but what do you think about the Ducks?
Flying V.
During the intro, they have these inflatable. They look like geese to me. White boots, but they have a Wild Wing mask, and they have drone propellers on it, and they fly. They barely fly around. They just kind of stay in the corner and do a little circle and then go back in. I will say, when I first saw them, I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" What are those? But now they're kind of growing on me. I
think they're cool. No one else has that. No one else has it. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they looked a little meaner. But yeah, I don't hate them as much as when I first saw them. They're growing on me.
Still wish it was Wild Wing coming down from the rafters.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
For sure.
Will there be a DML meetup at a future Ducks game? Sure. I mean, we haven't really thought about it, but we meet during an intermission or something? We could all take a picture behind Allie, Hingy.
Yeah,
DML photo.
Show.
Or meet up beforehand to get food or a away game party. That'd be cool. Meet up together and watch a game.
That's something we can talk about. I think when it's a weekday, it's a little hard to do a meetup. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about this more in the Discord. It just seems a little bit easier to converse. So if somebody interested, jump in there and we'll talk about it. But on a weekend, I think maybe meeting up at a local establishment before to get some food, drinks, whatnot. Sounds like a cool idea. But me and Kim, we go to most games, so if you guys are there too and you want to say hi, maybe we could go into their mission. I got no problems with that. That sounds fun. It's always cool when people say hi to us and people enjoy the stuff that we're putting out there, because I think both Kim and I are a little bit more introverted people, so
Hell yeah.
when we started this thing, it was I think it was a shock when the first thing had happened. It's like, oh, you mean you like that? Like, cool, okay. And as the community's grown, it's like happening more often. So we're just glad people are liking what Kim's doing and what I'm kind of trying to help out with.
Yeah, I'm just sorry for any awkward conversations. It's just who I am, okay? We got stickers to help the awkward.
We do have stickers. So if you haven't got one of those, feel free to say hi. Maybe taking the meetup one step further. Should Duck My Life have a beer league team?
Whoa. I mean, I feel like people in the Discord, there's a very variety of skill ranges in there. I don't know if we can all play together, But, I mean, if it can work, why not?
I know the jerseys would be absolutely lit. That'd be so fun.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, me and Kim have talked about playing. I think it's something we kind of want to do maybe in the off season, just because we do have season tickets, so we don't really want to miss too many Ducks games. So if we can find one during the season that kind of limits that, then maybe so. But maybe beer league off season, that gives us some time to build the roster and find us a coach. And I think someone later on, maybe not right after, but will these games be live streamed? That's another thing we'll have to possibly figure out.
The signs are still up, folks. No live stream allowed. I think we'd be allowed, but DML.
Or maybe we'll crowdfund live barn subscription and do that. But yeah, I mean, definitely something that we're super into. I'd love to play again. Like me and Cam just got goalie for the first time, so we need a goalie. I got to get some more gear. Shout out Radco for gifting me some pads, but I gotta build it out still so I can be goalie if needed.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit, but we did some learn to skate. Yeah, and Sean played goalie. That's all I cut out. So there you go.
Oh yeah, yep.
The next question: how do you feel about Dumo and Fabry? Kind of touched on Dumo already. Love him. A lot better than I expected. If you think about it, I didn't expect Dumo to be this solid, or how offensive he would look. I didn't really know anything about him other than that he won 2 Stanley Cups with the Pens. But if you think about it, he was traded for a 4th-round pick, which is the same amount Lyubushkin was traded for, and he's just so much better than Bush was. It's kind of crazy. I liked Bush. I didn't think he was bad. I'm pretty sure Minty helped him a lot. But this is the case, I think, more Dumo is good even without Minty. But playing with Minty definitely helps. So that's just kind of crazy to think about for that. Fabry, we haven't talked about, but he's looked great too. And he's getting a big opportunity to play with Cutter and Carlson. So I think that says a lot about what he's done so far.
Yeah, I love his games. Fast skater, which kind of he uses on the forecheck pretty well.
He's on the penalty kill. He's on the penalty kill, and I think he's probably had the best chances of a shorty on the penalty kill so far too. He's had a couple.
Me and Kim were also mentioning, we were saying, Dumoulin and Fabry have actually been, 2 of the better-looking players in the Ducks. We just hope that that's not because they haven't been on the Ducks for long, that they're looking like that. But we hope they keep it up throughout the season.
But maybe Verbeek was right. He got his top 4 defenseman, not a righty, and a top 6 winger. Look at that. Maybe he did do what he wanted to in the offseason.
He's done it again, folks.
He's done it. Oh, boy.
Let's see. So, next question. How long can we live the flower power line? I'm guessing this is referring to Fowler Leno.
That's what I'm thinking too. Just based on
I'm not sure. Just based on the flower.
Well, it's not going away, so we're gonna be living forever, and definitely until something changes.
Yeah, I think we mentioned. Yeah, we kind of mentioned how we thought that those line looked earlier. Not good. What changes are you making to the lineup after first 5 games?
Well, I think I like what they're doing, trying to spread the wealth. I don't like the idea of Zegras and Lundy, so personally, I put Terry with Carlson and Cutter, probably. That's what I would do instead of putting Fabry. But at the same time, that lines look good, so you don't want to break that lineup. I don't know. We'll see how this lineup goes. I can't speak on changes because who knows who's playing tomorrow.
No, I mean, I think I agree with pretty much everything you said. Just, throw something at the wall until it sticks at this point. That maybe that Terry line which seems to be producing. But yeah, I think mix it up and see where there's some chemistry.
When do you think we will get our first power play goal?
Probably say Terry.
When?
He seems to be shown.
When?
Oh, when?
I mean, Terry's good too. Tomorrow.
I mean, tomorrow. I feel like they're playing the Sharks.
Yeah.
You would think that would be a good time to get one. Yeah, I'm going to say tomorrow. Just
positive thoughts.
Make positive thoughts out there. Exactly.
Analysis on Leno and Zellweger to start the year. We kind of touched on it. I personally think Zelly has looked better than Leno overall. Zelly had a rough first game, but Leno hasn't looked comfortable basically the whole time, I feel like. Zelly has gotten better. He was very physical versus the Kings, so it was good to see.
Yeah, I think Leno, I feel like there's been glimpses of him like kind of leading the rush, which has looked good, but he's been pressured in the defensive zone. It's kind of been his worst. And also just kind of getting bullied out there. And we got do a prospect period. That feels maybe more like a video idea.
Well, Buckets went crazy yesterday. I know that. He had like a 4-point night.
True.
A couple goals.
Yeah.
So people were worried about him for his first 3 games. Didn't get a point, and now he's going insane, folks. So the Buckster is coming. Could use him right now. He puts another 20 pounds on.
Oh yeah, Buckets definitely up there. I mean, the goals have been kind of struggling as of late, and I haven't really been keeping too many tabs on them to see who's kind of performing there. But you got Igor Sidorov down there. Colangelo is probably going to be up. Sidorov could be up for the team as well. But
Cito scored his first goal last night, AHL, and then scored the OT winner too. 2 goals. So good for him too. Start a segment on the goals. If you have such a great prospect bowl, or like pool, I guess.
I think pool.
Pool, yeah. Why did the goals perpetually suck? Well, they won their last 2 games. So
I think a lot of it, at least in the past, I don't know how true it is anymore, but I feel like a lot of the prospect talent wasn't with the goals. They were with some other affiliates. So
bad coaching.
Bad coaching.
I mean, it's a shame that Tracy never became something because he got stuck in this terrible goal system. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the goals are using the Duck system. So, I mean, you could look at that too. That's why they possibly suck.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a takeaway for maybe a prospect kind of video idea. We need to do a little bit more research to give maybe a little bit better answer other than maybe some of the players that I've seen, kind of already come up with the Ducks or see them in development camp. The next question, we got parking hacks for Honda Center.
Other than Noble Ale, that's free. Right now, there's a brewery that offers free parking. It does get filled up, though, so you have to get there early. But that's about it. Otherwise,
we're looking for hacks, too.
Yeah,
with all the construction, I think with all the construction, everybody's looking for parking. I do know one thing I'm going to try. TrueLink is expanded their schedule, so I'm going to be looking in to take that for some games. I think me coming from kind of South Orange County, I think with the traffic, it might be for me to get there. Just have to look into.
So Sean's got to take the Metro. Sorry, he keeps cutting out.
Jeez, what is up with
I think it might be my internet or your internet. I don't know.
But yeah, the MetroLink. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. So maybe when I do that, report back, let you know how it goes. But yeah, they expanded their schedule, so I think at least for me, it's almost every hour going up. And coming from San Jose, I was pretty used to taking the. Well, I'm not from San Jose. I lived there for 8 years. Born and raised in Orange County. But yeah, I was pretty familiar with the Caltrain up there, and so hoping it can kind of fill a similar role for me. And so maybe we'll save the non-hockey related one for the end. Kim, are we in for another top 5 pick this year?
I mean, if you're basing off the last 5 games, yes, but I'm going to say no. I think we can turn it around. Maybe the sickness is really the problem, and maybe the power play can somehow work. I mean, it's a lot of ifs. I can't say yes. I can't do it. I can't go through it.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the optimistic approach on this too. The past 2 games have been rough, but the 3 before that, I think there was more glimpses of the talent. I think sure, maybe their best game was against Vegas when they lost, but even in the other 2 that they won, there was definitely more effort and glimpses into the talent on this team. So I'm hoping they can get back to that, and that's why I don't think top 10 pick. I might be saying yes still potentially, but top 5, I think they're gonna be better than that. Let's see. And then there's some jokester questions in here we can show, but I don't know if we need to answer these ones.
All right,
so let's go back to the fun one. Someone asked us to blind rate snacks and desserts. Kim and I have a different lists that we made up on our own of snacks and desserts. And Kim, you want me to start saying them? Do you want to do it first, or you want me to blind?
I'll rank.
Okay. So number 1, we have chips.
3.
3? Yeah. What chips are you picking? Because I left it broad just because I don't know what your favorite chip is right now. So
I don't even know
it's Cheetos anymore.
I mean, I like Cheetos still, but yeah, the fingers thing gets me. I like sour cream and onion probably.
Sour cream and what brand? Lay's?
Lay's, yeah. Lay's good.
Lay's sour cream and onion at number 3. Okay. Okay, then we got brownies.
2. I feel like that should be
Brownies
number 1,
2.
though. Probably should be number 1. Oh, well.
Okay. Number 3, we got popcorn.
That's a 5.
5 on the popcorn.
Yep, that's a 5.
I'm talking about like Disneyland popcorn.
I don't like popcorn. I'll eat it. I like it for movies, but I don't like popcorn by itself.
Disneyland popcorn. When I like get into Disneyland, I just like feel like I'm like a cartoon character with like mail trails. It's like it lifts me up. I haven't been to Disneyland in a while, but that popcorn hits different. So the next one I have fruit.
4, I guess. I know I'm a healthy person.
What fruit came to mind?
Grapes or strawberries.
And then last one I have is ice cream.
All right, number 1. Let's go. That's a good list. That's a good list.
Wow, you absolutely nailed that list. I tried to throw you off by thinking you were going to put brownies at number 1.
Yeah, so ice cream, brownies, chips, fruit, and then popcorn. Boom. That is actually what I would do.
Nailed it. How am I gonna follow that up? Oh man, okay.
Mine's more dessert based, not snacky.
Okay.
You're more snacky.
I'm a snack guy. What can I say?
Candy.
I'm not really a big candy guy, so I think I'm gonna put candy at 4.
What would it be?
Probably a Reese's.
And then,
but like I don't like go out of my way to buy candy. If I come across the bowl of candy, I'll partake. But it's not like something I go to the store and buy.
And then we got ice cream.
I'm a big ice cream guy. So this is more dessert list. So of all the desserts, I think I'm taking my number 1, ice cream. Okay. I love Handel's ice cream. I don't know, I mean, chocolate chip cookie dough if I had to pick one, but I really love just like picking like a different ice cream. I feel like just trying it, and then, yeah, big ice cream guy. So that's going to be my number 1.
Cookies.
Fresh oatmeal chocolate chip cookie is one of my favorite desserts. Do I take the number 2 slots already with 2 to go? And I know Kim has a curveball in there for the last one. And I put candy at 4. I think I'm putting cookies too, especially like ice cream and cookies. OP combo. I think I'm gonna lock in 2 for cookies.
Cake.
Not a big cake guy. That's number 5. That's an easy one.
Ooh, easy. Wow, I'm shocked. And then this one wasn't as much dessert, but I said chips too.
Okay, so I have chips for 4. I put candy at 4, so chips at 3. I think I freaking nailed it too.
You did, yeah?
Oh, let's go. Yeah. Ice cream, cookies, chips, candy, cake. Boom. That's like exactly what I would have done. And for my chips, I've been on the big hot Cheeto kick lately, so hot Cheeto fries would be a good one. Or sour cream cheddar ruffles are always one of my favorite. But chips are one thing that I cannot have in my house because I just eat a whole bag. So
they're single serving, right? The family size.
Yeah, I make them a single serving. So yeah, that's all the questions, and that brings us to the end of the podcast. Rough start, I think, to the season. Hopefully it turns around, but season podcast that was fun. You guys look forward to more recaps coming up. We've noticed, a lot of great comments from everyone, and maybe a little bit more views this season. Everyone's hyped about the season it seems. So we hope the Ducks can, kind of improve their play so that continues. Kim, you got any closing thoughts to take us out?
I'm calling it now. Cutter scores tomorrow.
Oh, let's go. Manifesting a Cutter goal.
There we go.
You got to join the Discord for that one. Again, links in there. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to say thank you to all our members. We got a huge boost to that. But yeah, if you want to join the membership, really small amount just to support. You get some emojis to use. We have put out like some, not very many, but there have been some member-only videos out there. So if that's something you're able to do, that's awesome. We got all our social links. We're on all platforms. So if you like, hit the follow, leave a review, subscribe, do all the podcast things. Thank you for listening or watching, and go Ducks!
Woo!
Duck my life, DML, passions high, in Norwich country, let's fly.